Hi guys, Living Life in the Light. This is AP Hill, joining you again. I'm going to try my best to come up with a webisode a day as kind of like a journal and a kind of decompressing from the group therapy that I have during the day. Um, there will be no names, no mention of anybody's like personal information. That would be against HIPAA violation. That would be a HIPAA violation. But I mean, not that I'm particularly bound by HIPAA, but the simple fact is, out of respect for the people there, I'm not going to mention their names, even if it's just their first name, or I'll change their name. But some of the situations and the things that are discussed, I think, could be useful. And like, I'm not trying to tell everybody's business, but at the same time, it's like these are the things that were shown to me today through hearing other people's stories and the realizations that I've come to about my own story and how it's unfolding. So anyway, having said that, the note that I missed was that we tolerate so much negative because we think we deserve it. And I don't know if you've ever heard of the book, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. One of the lines in the book is, we attract the love we think we deserve. And that's a pretty profound statement, you know? So when you get into a situation where you're in a relationship or a marriage where it's becoming increasingly clear that your spouse is the major source of your stress and anxiety, the major source of your depression, they've got nothing nice to say to you, and according to your description, this person has no redeeming qualities, yet you're still there. And I think in certain situations, it could be as simple as religious indoctrination about the sanctity of marriage and, not having a divorce. God hates a divorce, as it says in the scriptures. As we tolerate the negative because we think we deserve it. That's like, that's kind of what I was talking about as far as the coping skills, is that we allow the negativity in our immediate circle to fester inside of ourselves, and it turns us against ourselves to where we're talking so negatively in our inner dialogue that we have no impetus to change. So when I say you stay in a situation, an abusive situation, or either physically or emotionally or mentally or spiritually abusive situation, that you're doing it because it fulfills some deep-seated need inside of you. And that deep-seated need, in a lot of situations, the circumstances are other people's notions of who we are and what our worth is. Whether it's with cause or it's something that we assume about other people and how they see us. But we have no idea how people see us. And it's like, we tolerate so much negative, and it was crystallized to me today when this person, we went into a group situation out in the day room, and our job was to use crayons and colored pencils and markers and pens to draw how we felt inside. The lady in question drew this picture, and it was like, I won't describe it in total detail because that would kind of give it away, but the main portion of it was her in a place where she doesn't want to be, there's a place that she does want to be on the other side, but she's holding on to this branch of this tree, and the rocks are sliding out from under her, and the roots are deep, and there's one green leaf on the tree. And she says that it's just that one leaf, but I'm obsessed with finding that one leaf that's left in this person that I love. And I was just like, that made my head tingle. You know, but I mean, it was well portrayed. You saw exactly what she pointed out, and it was just like, it just blew me away. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get it now. Do you give up on a marriage when marriage is something that you've wanted your whole life, and all you've ever wanted to do was be a wife or a good husband? And you don't believe in divorce because you're from a different age, you know? And you were raised around people that still respected marriage. And it's like, couple that with the negativity coming out of the situation. I just wonder when it comes to the point where you ask yourself, am I suffering all of this, pinning my hopes and dreams on something that may not even exist anymore? It could be a false perception. I mean, it's not up to me to make that decision. That's up to the individual who's in the circumstances that they're in. I mean, I know what my answer would be, and that's what happened with me and my ex-wife after 9 years of marriage, you know? It just was the right thing to do, and it probably should have happened sooner. But that's hindsight is 2020. And you can beat yourself up over what you could have done, but why not instead focus on what you can do from here on out? You know, I think that that's a more productive way, a proactive way of dealing with your situation. And I want to say something as a resource that I've always given to people who have been in situations where it might involve legal matters is every single state in the union has a free legal guide on a website. All you got to do is Google whatever state you're in, free legal advice. Hit enter and it'll bring it up. And you go there and it'll give you resources on criminal attorneys, probate courts, family attorneys, things of that nature. And you can talk to these people. It's free legal advice, and they can point you in the right direction on what you need to do. Use that resource. I'm grateful to the person that introduced me to it years and years ago. I can't even remember who they were, but they introduced me to it, and I've been telling people about it ever since. So I'm not saying that people are making excuses for staying in toxic situations. It's like I'm reminded, and I mean, this is kind of funny, but in a way you'll see why it fits. So this is my movie quotes and stuff, but I'm reminded of this line from the movie Basketball, where this guy Squeak, a little bit Scolari, he's like, you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here. You know? And it's like, I mean, seriously, it gets like that with people. You hear the same rehash of it, and it's like, okay, when do you realize that this is enough, and you got to get out of the situation? Even if it's just to room with a friend for a couple of days, you know? But I got to hand it to her. The other night, she was expecting a fight, but she instead took her dogs and went to her sister's house and spent the night, played Uno, and had a good old time. And we were like so proud of her. You know, like, good for you. Get out and enjoy your evening instead of sitting at home, you know, in separate rooms, you know? And the thing is that that's a coping mechanism for her. Something that differs from angry outbursts when her husband, her spouse, like, berates her and stuff like that. A healthy coping mechanism, all right, I'm taking my dogs and I'm going to be gone for a couple of days. That gives them time apart. She's not isolated in her home, and cooler heads can prevail. And, you know, the hope, my hope, and I think everybody else's hope in there, is that maybe if she strings enough of those situations together, she'll either A, decide it's over with and she wants to move out, or B, that her husband will be shocked that she's reacting in a different way. He's going to realize that she's got a different mindset now, and he may have a change of heart. So, you know, who knows? In the uncertainty of the outcome, a good outcome is just as likely as a bad one. So, c'est la vie. But anyway, those are kind of some of the thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. And I'm sorry if I went off on tangents, but I think you guys have probably come to expect that from me. Anyway, I hope there was some cohesion to this entire message instead of just random bits. And so I'm going to put this through edit, post it, and if you like it, like, comment, and share. You can do that all on Facebook if that's how you're seeing this post. You can do it through Twitter if that's how you're seeing this post. Just hashtag what is recovery, hashtag living life in the light. And so let me get this taken care of, and I'll see you soon.